Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Happy Sunday night, AEW Wrestling stream to one and all here. This is going to be a fun night. You can tell that my streaming service didn't even reset. So, yeah, we're just raring to go after what happened last night. So, let's see if I can clear that up here. To hell with it. We're going to have that. We'll have that up anyway, so. Once again, everybody, thank you for being here. Once again, AEW Collision Sunday Night Edition. We should be getting going here probably in about 5 minutes. Right now, Michigan State's up by 7 on New Mexico, and New Mexico is just choking this game away. They were up by 12 at one point, and they should have had it, but they ain't gonna have it here. It looks like things are just running out. They're running out of time, running out of chances. And we're going to get to wrestling here pretty soon. It's going to be a little later than it was last night, but it can't be helped. I don't mind these 1 hour collisions here. As long as they're not like every single channel. Oh, God. When it comes to running late, I don't mind. You're down by 7. You're fouling 3-point shooters, and now he's got to shoot 3 shots. It's like, Jesus, Murphy. I want to watch some wrestling already. Because yeah, we're gonna have that. I'm assuming the main event's gonna be the tag match with Hologram and Commander versus Jalistico and Mortos. I'd assume that would be it. You got Harley Cameron going to be in action here tonight as well. You got the trios titles on the line, which that very well could be the main event with the with those dastardly Death Riders taking on Top Flight and I'll be honest, I forgot who their third was. I don't think it really matters. Death Riders are still winning it. They shouldn't, but they will. And yeah, we're going to have 4 matches here tonight. I'm assuming that the tag matches are going to take a little longer than the singles. But we'll see here. I know Bandito's going to be in action as well. And now we get a timeout because the game's getting close again. Damn it! Really wish we could get through a game a little quicker than this, but once again, like I said yesterday, talking about Canadian ball, the CEBL uses the Elam rules, I believe is what the correct terminology is, where 4 minutes to go in the game, add 9 to the leading team score, and that's the target score. Whoever gets that first score wins. No more of this stupid fouling to stop the clock and all that stupid stuff. You're just out here, just play some D and win a game. And New Mexico hits a 3. And they call a timeout. This is why people hate the NBA. This is why I love the anticipation of NCAA ball. But yeah, with all these timeouts and anyway, last night turned out to be a really decent show. I really did enjoy it, and a lot of good pieces put together on that. The story between Adam Cole and Daniel Garcia is still going to be developing here. We got that little bit between Serena Deeb and Queen Aminata before, which led to the and eventual loss by Queen Aminata to Julia Hart, which anytime Julia Hart can get ahead and get back towards the TBS title, because I almost wonder, when are they going to cycle back to that? Because Julia Hart had to forfeit the title due to injury, and she never got it back, I do believe. Or she was in that triple threat and she ended up losing, so she was gone for a while. Either way, now that she's back, I think she should totally be a part of that division. Totally getting ready to get set up for that. and just there are so many good storylines coming together here, but just just one little piece here and there is just ugh. As we are running down to 116 here, up 7. All right, they're playing straight up D, so that's going to kill some time off the clock. So that'll work out well here. But yeah, in terms of the channel, like I'll admit I played a little bit of MLB The Show today. Ended up working towards trying to finish off a couple groups here, and we're going to be doing some more grinding. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Foul and the basket. Yeah, this game's over. The guys in the New Mexico bench are just, so sad right now. And I don't blame them. But yeah, we'll tomorrow night we'll be back. We'll be doing a little MLB The Show. I got to learn how to swing a little faster because right now I am really falling behind in my anticipation for everything. All right, stuck 10 with a minute to go. You ain't doing much. Stuck 8. No timeouts. Gotta get a Steeler foul. Get a Steeler foul. Get a Steeler foul. Got a foul. There's your foul. About time you fouled. All right. I'm speaking like a coach, not a fan, just, I did coach, I was an assistant coach of basketball for our community college here, one of our community colleges here in Edmonton way back in the late 90s. Did a little bit of youth coaching in the early youth and high school coaching in the early 2000s. Back at my old high school, it's funny because every basketball banner up on our wall at our school is thanks to a team that I was a part of. So extremely proud of that in many ways here. All right, clock's off. We're good. We're running this out. No fouls coming up. Just letting the time run out. And we are going to get to wrestling fairly quickly here. Because this game actually ran a little later than I expected. It was supposed to be, I think they said it was supposed to be about 8:30 is when the start time for wrestling was supposed to be. But yeah, no, tonight went a little later than usual. We're going to be getting going about 9:15 local time here, which would be about 11:15 for those people in Rick Petito's daughter's crying about New Mexico losing. So, all right, for the most part, the draw for the South worked out okay. 1-5, 2-6, so 3 got upset. Iowa State, Michigan, Texas A&M. That was just a dogfight yesterday. All right, let's get the channel changed over. We got Collision coming up momentarily here as we get to watch a little Ice Road Truckers coming on as we're getting towards this. Once again, everybody, thank you for being here. So what are you guys thinking about the lineup going into Dynasty here in just a couple weeks? Like, realistically, think about it. We got, 2.5 weeks build now? Well, it'll be 2 weeks from tonight is Dynasty in Philadelphia. So we got about, I believe, 3 matches already booked. With, just showing this one scenario on the TV here. It's going to flash to a commercial right away. I just want to see them come out here with like one of those big oh, they got sheet metal in the back of that. Okay. Sorry. Getting enthralled with ice road truckers is not what I had on my bingo list here. Programming alert. All right. Programming alert. Scroll it. Show what the hell's happening. Show us some wrestling. Or if it's on some other channel, I need to know about it right now. No. Hey, Wes, how's it going? We're just waiting for Collision to start here because NCAA just wrapped up, I'd say maybe 2 minutes ago here. So we're just waiting for the episode of Collision to get started here. I don't know whether they actually are, if they actually thought they were going to try to do it online or they're going to try to continue this adventure at Ice Road Truckers is what they got on TV right now here in Canada. For those that don't know, in Canada, we actually have, it's not the same USA network you guys have in the States. It is a different USA network. It's run by the Bell Media Group of companies, which runs TSN, which is our ESPN equivalent. This used to be the Discovery Channel, and they changed it over to the USA Channel, which is not confusing at all for us Canadians. But I do want to give a quick shout out here. I haven't got a chance to watch it because I was busy trying to get other things set up tonight. But they had the Chris Bay tribute show going on tonight, which I heard went without a skiff. However, the actual show on Triller ended up being a bit of a disaster with people getting kicked out repeatedly throughout it. Sort of the same problems we were having during the last pay-per-view on Triller. It's a hell of a deal, so I don't argue too much about it, but oh, so Fightful just announced here 2 hours ago that WWE is no longer offering the Hulk Hogan Suite package for WrestleMania 41. The Real American Suite deal. Apparently, you were supposed to get like a package where you could actually sit with Hogan and watch the show. And it doesn't really surprise me that they actually canceled that. So I'm surprised they actually thought about it after, as soon as they heard boos from the crowd in LA. I wonder if these guys realize that isn't the way it normally was. Sorry, I'm just trying to look on the socials and see if anything's come up about Collision going on right now. So Tony Khan gave his 3-minute warning of it coming up, so USA Network. There we go. I'm so panicky trying to figure it out. Now let's get going here. Let's go. We got the wrestling up now. They're doing the same thing they did last night. They're starting right off the bat with the title match. So for those that didn't know, this was pre-taped on on Wednesday, as part of a huge taping with Collision. They're cleaning up that storyline. They're cleaning up a briefcase storyline from over 2 years ago. You want to talk about continuity fixes here, folks? Like, I know a lot of people crapped on the fact that Christian Cage casted his contract just to basically clean up a storyline. Sorry, just going to get a quick post out to everybody. Just throwing out the old feelers here for everybody here on socials. Just because when they have such a weird time like this, it's hard for people to understand that I can't type and talk at the same time for some reason. There we go. We are firing up once again here, folks. Thank you once again for being here. Truly do appreciate you. But I didn't realize they're working on this continuity line. Like, it almost makes it important that you watch every single episode of Dynamite, Collision, and Rampage. Who knew? Like, honestly, I don't expect the titles to change, especially on a tape show. That's the only thing I don't like about tape shows is the fact that more often than not, they're not going to do anything out of the ordinary because it's going to get spoiled for everyone. And with that being the case, it just seems weird for a lot of people that they just aren't going to see it and go for it, right? Uh-oh. By the freaking ears. Okay, Shivani. Why is Dante celebrating a forearm against Claudio? Like, seriously. That has to be one of the dumbest moves I've seen. Yeah, Claudio, one of the few people that actually won the ROH World title with a swing of all things. All right, that was uglier than hell. I like the idea. You really don't want to get into a cruiserweight fight with Pac? Oh, years ago, this match would have been absolutely insane together. Pac and AR Fox, like, that's like a 2017, 2018, like, focus dream of, oh, there goes Yuta. Here comes Yuta, there goes Yuta. No, back with, oh God. Unfortunately, AR did not stick the proper landing there on Pac, so it had to flip it over into, flipped into the ring a little bit. Now, I love how, you know, all these flips go on, and all of a sudden Claudio just, no, we're just going to give you a boot, and that's going to be the end of that story here. Oh, so they're doing a double taping before, well, Post WrestleMania, they're doing a double taping in Louisiana. And then the big announcement that came down yesterday, Supercard of Honor going May 2nd in Atlantic City there. Which makes a lot of sense. And then the Wednesday following, so they're not showing all the dates. So, if you're wondering, TK has actually been, it's been well known now, especially it's a little more obvious, where WWE has been, how do I put it politely? Overbooking certain cities, which it's nothing new. It happens all the time in the wrestling business. Like, even on a smaller scale here in Alberta, the two major promotions in Edmonton made their debuts in Calgary on the same night. Like, just... That's just drama in the ultimate extreme here. Uh-oh. High angle Olympic slam. And once again, we hit back into a full commercial break here in Canada. You Americans get lucky enough to get Peak Chore in Peak Chore. But yeah, I really wonder who they're going to have to take the trios titles off of the Death Riders. I think Mox loses his title before the Death Riders lose theirs. More to prove to the point that, Mox can't... Mox is using the Death Riders to keep his title, which I don't think in many ways is true. Just the way things look, it's a trope that we're used to, and this is one thing I have to unprogram myself with when it comes to AEW. And I think a lot of us have that problem where we have to basically unbook our minds from a lot of the usual tropes that we're used to in wrestling, so... You could see them letting the trios titles retire. That wouldn't surprise me. By the way, good to see you tonight, Paradox. And it wouldn't surprise me if they had to let that happen. I'd see more so them letting the ROH trio titles retire more than the AEW ones. Or just combine them into one. Because, hell, when's the last time the Von Erichs defended those titles? It's Dustin and the Von Erichs that are the trios champions at ROH. Oh. Oh, Tony, you cheeky little bastard. They're going to break a record. Spring breakthrough. If you didn't know, the shows in Boston that they just announced on the screen, those are the shows that will break the record for the longest running episodic wrestling program on TBS TNT. The former record held by Monday Night Nitro. The night where Eric Bischoff will have to sign off social media for a while. Because you know there are going to be so many people. There's going to be a lot of this. There's going to be a lot of that going on that day. So they were hot when they announced them. Then they were just kind of there until they changed it. Yeah, like a title's only as hot as you defend. It's like you're only as hot as you're seen, right? If you take a whole bunch of time off, out of sight, out of mind, if people aren't clamoring for you to come back, it's going to create issues, right? Like you're not going to be able to... if people don't care if you come back, that's probably the worst thing that could happen to you. Whether it be a title, whether it be a wrestler, whether it be a promotion. In particular, if a promotion leaves a town and never comes back to it, and then all of a sudden you come back out of the blue and nobody really cared that you were gone. But then you also run into the position where, like I was talking about earlier, it's been announced that WWE is going to be doing a full week-long tour of England ahead of the Clash in Paris. And with doing that, they're basically running Manchester the same night as AEW Forbidden Door in London. So, no way. I thought maybe they're going to change the titles on this. Never felt like they really tried to build a trios division. I did. Back when you had the Lucha Bros and Pac, when you had the Young Bucks and Omega, when you had the House of Black, when you actually had FTR and CM Punk. That was another one. Double Yambag shot. That was impressive. Nice little come in behind. Let's hit them both, and then, yeah. Hey, Fox, you're stuck by yourself. Call for a DQ. Call for a DQ, ref. Fox doing a good job here for a second until Claudio just said, nope, I am keeping this leg and we are beating the tar out of you. House of Black might be my favorite faction in the entire history of the... And I don't blame you. It felt like a great faction. God, that tube still felt ugly. Rocket launcher for a 3 count. Like, I don't mind them being champions, but we got to start to either shit or get off the pot with these titles, but to be perfectly frank. Or perfectly Mike in this case. But I digress. And you're bang on, like Paradox. Like, there is a very good possibility that they could retire those titles. Because Death Rider's always... They're all super talented, allow Julia to show her range. They're most consistent. Yeah, they were always there. They were always setting up. They were always doing stuff. Oh, it's the little Bowser brothers. Or the Koopa Kids with the double K's there. Actually, Andretti as a heel might actually be not bad. So now they're going to start beating him with chains. Leo couldn't even do it right the first time. Hilarious. Oh, Aubrey's got... You see Aubrey Road running down there, got the full arms pumping. Let's go. At least they're developing some kind of storyline. At least it's a storyline that's developing. Love a story? Yeah, like, just give me a story of something. That's the biggest thing for me. Like, if you're not going to give me a story, then... Like, right now, the Hurt Syndicate, they're going to have to be very picky on who they have for opponents. Top Flight's already been there, so they're out. I still would have hit that shot if I was Adam Cole. No. They said these guys were good promos. Seriously. I like that these guys have stories, have things going on, are a little more focused. And for people that say that AEW doesn't have stories, like, we just got told another one here. Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole, well, Adam Cole's got to get through the fact that he is not... He's got to find a way to beat him in the time limit. And I think that should be more of the story here because frankly, that's how that title remains significant. That's what makes it unique, what makes it special, what doesn't make it part of the Continental and the International, where everybody just doesn't really care. And I'm hoping that both those titles get put together and then you could ride off and give it to somebody that could work a little better with it. And then coming up here, you got Johnny TV and Bandito. Well, Johnny TV, all he had to do was make fun of Bandito for a couple minutes on Wednesday, and next thing you know, we got this match set up for Sunday here. If you were around for the pay-per-view, which, by the way, if you haven't seen the review, I do have it available up on our YouTube channel on Backbreaker Video here, so... We're starting to do what we call day after pay-per-view reviews. So we let all the facts settle in and let the emotion come out of it so we can actually give you a real decent review of what actually happened on the show and what we think should have happened on the show. You can hear thoughts from the press conferences, get my opinions on all that, and usually it comes up, like I said, 24 hours after the pay-per-view is completed, so. But yeah, speaking of which, for there, like, it feels like we're trying to roll together here with this Jericho storyline needs to end somewhere. This Jericho storyline with Bandito is probably going to end up with a mask versus title match between Bandito and Jericho, and that's when he's going to lose it. I got a feeling it's probably going to be Supercard of Honor May 2nd, Because if Jericho goes out on a tour, he could just get out of the way out of there. That so. Garcia ain't doing it for me. MJF confirmed my thoughts when he mocked his return and said he had a fake bidding war to get him. Garcia, to me, I think the title is in the right position with a guy like Garcia, and I do feel comfortable with him being the champion for it. I just need something for that title to make it feel like it's not something that's... It's the same way that I feel about the Pure title in ROH. That title should be defended and wrestled in a different way that all other matches are and get you a different vibe from all those matches. And to me, that's a big... Yeah, who are you facing next, though? They're the Hounds of Hell. That was one of the most annoying promos that went nowhere. The biggest waste of time I think I've seen in a while. Is that just to get him on TV? All right, Bandito. I love the look. I love the gimmick. I love everything about him. And I do love how now that Deanna's taking a little bit of time off, and I don't know when she's coming back or what's going on with her, but the fact that they literally pivoted Taya through MXM right back to Johnny TV just made so much sense. They tried to tag. It didn't work. Yeah, Johnny, you pissed off a pissed off man, which is not good. Is Johnny going to wrestle in glasses tonight? Not going to say that's the worst thing in the world, because I would definitely do that. Mainly because I'm blinded at a bat and I hate contacts, but... But no, like, that segment with Jericho on the pre-show, it was the most asinine... Honestly, that was one of the worst pre-shows that I have seen in a very long time for a pay-per-view. And yes, I understand, it's an undercard, it's a pre-show. But the thing about a pre-show is the fact that it's supposed to give you a reason to buy the show. I don't know, maybe just, maybe try to get some money here. Oh, God. Now we're bringing Wikipedia into the thing. This is not going to be good, Nigel. And underneath, nice forearm. Bandito all over it here. Like, it really sucks on his return how he concussed himself on his very first move into the ring on his return at the Hammerstein. If you guys remember, he tried to do a shotgun drop kick. It ended up landing. Oh, frick. That is a Mondo move if I ever seen one. Bandito holding him up with one arm. My shoulder would be about 5 pieces doing that. And once again, we end up in picture-in-picture, and that company ain't paying me, so I ain't getting no audio time out of me here. No, there's just so much... The big thing about AEW is there's so much potential all around here. Like, you look at Bandito, you look at a show like tonight. Top Flight, Top Flight versus the Browser Brothers. I refuse to call them anything else. You're also looking at Bandito Jericho, which, like I said, that segment on the pre-show was the absolute garbage, drizzling. Drizzling shits, garb. Just all I wish I could do with that is just go like that and just rewind and get away from it and restart that. But you know, it's building up to a Bandito match with Jericho, which, like I said, I think Supercard of Honor's main event is going to be Bandito versus Jericho, mask versus title. And I do think that's where Bandito gets that title. And the world might get a little bit of back to normalcy. Just a bit, not a lot, just a bit, tiny bit. But, yeah, just... We're also going to have to find out where Athena fits in all this, because it's being hinted very, very drip-fed slowly that Athena's going to be coming up to the main card. Jericho having the ROH title feels transitional. Yeah. Just like it's legitimately, it's a legit one-time, without a doubt, no gimmicks, no helps at all, that you could do Turtles in time trials in 28 seconds. To say the least. Oh yeah, no worries. Sorry I didn't chat a little bit more there. I was editing tomorrow's WWE 2K25 video for our gaming channel while you were there, plus getting in my daily hacks at MLB The Show, so, and getting the stream ready as always too. So yeah, always glad to hang out in the Retro Hangover. Plus, I'm also getting ready because I've been invited on invited on a podcast again, which I'm actually waiting for the game to come into town for me. I had to order it out of Winnipeg. The other major GameStop kind of shop. I have a game similar to it, but I don't have the exact same game, so I want to get it before I do a review on it. So lucky for me, PMP had what I was looking for. So I'll be playing a little bit of GameCube games here in the future. Good thing my Wii plays GameCube games, but no, it's always fun hanging out with you guys and just listening to the interworkings of the Retro Hangover. And yeah, we got on fairly quick. By the way, thanks for popping in tonight, Zodiac. I know you were assisted streaming for about a couple hours there. But I do want to let you know, saying Zodiac, just to get conversation you had, there is settings on Twitch. You and Shane can look at it, where you can set up who is authorized to stream to your channel. So that whole thing about two-factor authorization doesn't come into play where you have to worry about somebody else's phone or whatever. You can actually set it up that both you guys can sign in separately to stream on that channel. So I'd have to look a little deeper at exactly how to do it, but it is possible. Oh, God. 21 Plex. TV's done. Oh, just saying. Bandito gets the win here. Maybe the snowstorm kept Jericho away tonight. If we get away from Jericho, I'm not feeling that bad about it. But he's got a microphone. This is not... Okay. No. Is that any better way to put it? Is that any better way to put it? Does anybody really want to see Jericho besides Bandito right now?
Sir, no, sir!
Well, except for, Zodiac in the chat. Too much man for the Big Bill shirt. I might think about that. Yeah, should have known that was coming. Once again, still, somebody had a free Brian Keith sign that they ripped up. Once again, I'm just still on the Pepsi here tonight, folks. Drink from the knowledge of the knowing tree. So I wonder if they're going to do Dynasty or they're going to do... Okay. Oh, God. Does Jericho have a tour coming up? Seriously. It's setting up perfect here. Oh. In Lucha Libre, this really is legit the worst thing in the world to do. This is the most disrespectful thing you could do as a heel in Mexico. That wasn't even a hard punch. No, that'll be reversed. And he got the mask back. You knew there was something cheesy about this, but yeah. Yeah, no, this is setting up for a mask versus title match. It has to be. It's the only thing that makes sense right now. Oh, they're doing a Mega Bane promo on behalf of Zodiac. Bye, guys. Hey, Megan. She honestly has that Wonder Woman vibe out of her.
Who came down from the mountains and bestowed your power upon my people? Dragon Bane, have you heard the mythology of the one they call Timeless? Hercules doesn't have my thighs. I have an Oedipal complex with myself. I will summon the Kraken from my ass, and Narcissus ain't got shit on me. I saw my reflection, and my reflection saw me, and we made love until the sun came up. And a dynasty. I will cut off the head.
You see how much she's like Gail Godot too? If you see if she gets either.
God, I'm good.
Now here's a question. Could they put the title on Megan Bane at Dynasty? Could they? They could definitely Lesnar the title onto her. No? There's part of me that thinks they could Lesnar the title onto her. If you guys remember, they didn't piss around when they came to Lesnar getting that title. Feel the wrath. Harley Cameron thirst time. Sorry, I don't have my coin again still. I've been streaming every day since I found out I haven't had the coin, so. You know, you find it pretty amazing. You want to talk about full circle here right now? You got Harley Cameron, who, for the longest time, was the person that was already in the ring. You have 131,000 points now. Ugh. Yeah, I can imagine you do this for days. I'll be very well nourished by the end of the stream. I know that. Can you tell the local competition isn't really in sync for this, right? Honestly, this opponent for Harley, which I guarantee she is someone who works well in the Omaha area, but pump handle backdrop driver, that's new. But she looks like someone who would be a creative character. She looks like Danielle Wallace in 2K25 or 24. It's her finishing move, aka the Crossroads. She'd be my champion next week. Well, true. Absolutely true. So, yeah, Harley's going straight into commentary from there. So that's actually pretty funny if you ask me.
I'm here with Don Callis. There seems to be a lot going on within the Don Callis family. We have not seen Kyle Fletcher since that brutal cage match against Will Ospreay.
Sure we have. We've seen him on Instagram.
We all know what you're doing here. Passive aggressive. You're trying to get me worked up about the cage match. Okay, here's the thing. When you have Kyle Fletcher, 26 years old, and the future of professional wrestling, you have the luxury of putting nights like Revolution in the rearview mirror. What I've got planned for Kyle Fletcher, what we've got planned, is going to dwarf anything that your little brain could possibly fathom. And one thing you said is correct. Everybody wants
Cal by God Fletcher. That's like Kenny by God Omega.
So you see, there's been a lot of talk, a lot of rumors that I'm laid up in a hospital bed, licking my wounds, but I'm here to set the story straight. Yes, this cage match at Revolution, this entire rivalry with Will Ospreay has changed me, but one thing that has not changed is the fact that I'm destined to be the greatest of all time. So I'm here to inform you that I will be at Dynamite this Wednesday, and I will make it very apparent what is next for the family and for the protostar Kyle Fletcher. Say my full name, baby, huh? Say it, Kyle Fletcher. We love it. We love it.
All right. What the? Well, that's 2 minutes we'll never get back. But we are getting into our main event right now, which just to give you guys a heads up about what's going to be going on here, the stream, as per tradition. I'll be back tomorrow with some MLB The Show, if I can actually get a hit tomorrow. Playing today, I was about drier than a popcorn fart. I'll get back to your question here in a sec, Paradox. Just going to go through the run-through here. We're going to be here Monday and Thursday with MLB The Show. Wednesday, we'll be here with AEW Dynamite, and going to chat with a couple people, but I might have something else going on right after. Just saying to fill some time before we get moving into our group, My GM, when it comes to WWE 2K25 here. We're going to see how things go here. Then Saturday, we'll be here with Collision. Who knows? If things go crazy, I might even be here Friday. We'll see. But yeah, just make sure you hit the follow button if you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button to let everybody know where we are. And it just helps the channel grow, as long as my hiccups go away. Much better. So, Paradox, to answer your question here about the win-loss ranking system, personally, I'm a little bit more story-based driven in terms of my wrestling, where I think when the win-loss record system, the more facts you put into a story, the more possibility for people to lose faith in that story. While I do feel that wins and losses do matter, unlike what BG James said, who is now one of the head writers of SmackDown, but I digress. I do feel that wins and losses matter to a point. But at the same time, if you can tell a good story, to me that trumps a lot of things that can go on with just saying that number one is facing number two. You can always go back to that story without a ranking system. And that's what the Owen Hart tournament does. It sets you up that you're going to get 8 of the best people in a tournament, and the winner is going to get a shot at All In for the heavyweight title. It's the same thing with the Continental Classic. You have 12 of the best going into a tournament to determine who's the best. To me, I would prefer something like that. Even if they did another tournament like that, and I really do hope that they do go into like a C2 type tournament for the women. Unfortunately, they need more time for the women to have matches. That would be the introduction of a third title for the women, but right now they can't even book 2 fully without anything else. So I liked it when Joe became world champion and brought it back. I think it helped his reign be unique and important right away. Other than that, when Joe did it, he basically said, you need to have a resume to back it up. And to me, that makes a lot of sense. And Joe was bang on. You talk to the championship committee, but if you can create a story that makes Joe want to beat the piss out of you, I guarantee you, Joe's going to that championship committee and saying, I'm fighting this guy. So like I said, I prefer it not to be a crutch. I think it's more of a noose than it is. I think of it more of it as a noose than a crutch, to be honest. I just feel it's something that just makes you hold back a little bit more. Is it just me, or does Alex Abrahantes look like he just got out of a Star Trek convention? With that jacket on. Like, just looking for the front. It's got that sash, and I'm just looking for him to hit that comm link to, you know, get beamed up right now. She's dissing Nigel already. I love it. And actually, you know, you want to talk about people that were you're shocked that actually were luchadors? Like, think of Andrade. You could tell that the night is going quick because Commander and Hologram ended up coming up in different entrances, or in the same entrance rather than different ones. Same with Mortos and Jolistico. Oh, here we go. You're throwing the jacket. You know things are about to get serious here, right? Attaboy, Mortos. Hit your own partner. That's a great way to start tonight. Oh, hello. It sucks that Brody King is going to eat another loss, but the fact that he's taking out Fletcher. Also, we're taking... What in the flying fudge? Did you guys see that lineup for Dynamite on Wednesday? Sorry, Paradox here. I'm surprised they didn't have him run back up the ramp to come out with him, since they love to attach him with everyone that speaks Spanish. I found that with Abrahantes too. And in many ways, I think it's like Aubrey has learned Spanish because she works with so many luchadors. She actually went and did the effort to learn enough Spanish to communicate with a lot of these luchador wrestlers that come in. But the other referees, most of them don't know a lot of Spanish. There's a lot of universal language when it comes to wrestling, but there's a lot of things that aren't. And the fact that you can have Alex out there in case the situation gets a little rough, which, let's face it, we've watched some luchador matches where you're looking at it like, what the hell are they doing out here? But then there's matches like this where you just sit back, have a nice tequila in your hand, and just... Uh-oh, the bat signals come off. Relax and let him work. Exactly. Okay, Nigel, you're letting the gimmick get away a little bit too... Jesus! We got a spinning bully! Harley's running away! Harley's running away! What's going on? There is no way things are going on here. It's all going crazy here. Harley's going for help. And of course, once again, I am stuck in a bit of a commercial, and now they're showing a gambling prevention commercial, which, yeah, I don't even want. It's the government. They get enough money out of me. I don't need to, I don't need to give them extra. So, but yeah, and that's the best thing about some of these matches. And that's why I do feel like this tag match here tonight is a very good choice for a main event. First of all, I think it's smart to put what you would consider your best match on first on a night like this, because you're coming off a very hot NCAA tournament game. So you have the wrestling coming up before people get a chance to change the channel. And then when you put your main event, you put a solid match there. The match you would normally open the show with, you close the show with, because a lot of people are going to take off, but the ones that really enjoy some good wrestling and want to see the main event, they'll be there to watch it. So she has a phone call. She didn't want to be rude, answer on camera, and also didn't.
Excuse me.
All I see is Harley just literally just take it off like that. But with all due respect,
You told some of the biggest lies that I've ever heard of in my whole life.
that's Harley Cameron right now. I got a phone call. Bullshizing. But I am enjoying it. Like, sometimes in life, you just need to get a little stupid. Lord knows there's a lot of us that are a lot stupid a lot of the time. But, it's also nice that you can just chill out. Don't have to be overly worried about stuff. And just let your brain go in the rot, and you know exactly what's going on. You just don't care. You're just there to enjoy the run. Enjoy the run, enjoy the ride. So, oh, and for you non-subscribers here, I'm trying something different here tonight where I start my preload ads at 30 minutes, but I also run 3 minutes ads before it to delay it even further. So we might actually, well, according to my count, there's 8 minutes till our first set of ads show up, but I might even be able to skip them. We might not even have a single ad on tonight's stream as things go here. So, but yeah, I'm going to, right after we're done here, we're going to wrap things up fairly quick here because, well, frankly, I got to work in the morning, and 4:30 shows up really early. It's not like the pay-per-views where I book the next day off on purpose because I know you need a little bit of detox time after those shows. But I have to ask everyone here, what did you guys think about breaking it up over 2 days and having this 1 hour? No, it's not in the perfect time slot. It is a lot later than what it should be, but the fact that we got to return the Rampage, basically. Jesus. Titanis de Aire. I'll try to get that right. Completely forgot about it. If you hadn't gone live, I would have. I can understand that too. But thank you for having your follow and your notifications on. Because, yeah, they were doing this. There's been a few times this year where they've had to alter things. I'll tell you this. I prefer the 1 hour spot over 2 days compared to what we could have got with... well, that's a little delayed destroyer there. Yeah, Mortos, you're not Brian Cage. You ain't catching him there. Oh no, Harley's gonna be disappointed she missed Harley Graham. No, she's a big fan. Well, there's the finisher. Commander, how are you going to stop that pin? You knew that Jalisco was going to go for a drop kick there. Like, if he's not diving on him already, you know he's going to be going for a slide. Like, Harley trying to go crazy at ring. Oh. Harley Graham. Well, I'm just using Harley for short. It makes it easier, right? Did you guys see that video coming out of Belfast this week? I think it was on Friday night. Gunther took on CM Punk for the World Heavyweight title. And CM Punk ended up getting chopped by Gunther and tapped out. I know I put it on my X and just yelled, more, more. Harley who? Well, I just say Harley for sure because Harley Graham is too long of a word to talk about, right? I'm not trying to insinuate that they're two people. I'm not assuming that they're one person. These two work so well together. Harley Graham and Mortos. Jesus! Crucifix bomb out of nowhere! Like, this is borderline insane. Oh, God. Commander literally just falls on top of Jalisco and gets a 2 out of it. I thought that was going to be a 3, but... I wonder if people would get into the habit of start throwing money into the ring for a match like this, because if you guys didn't know, in Lucha Libre, it is a tradition. If you really enjoyed what you saw for the match, you actually throw money in the ring, and after the match, the wrestlers would pick it up. Of course, you know, Northern North America takes that thing and turns it into a stripper gimmick. Jesus! Destroyer out of nowhere. I didn't know that in Mexico they absolutely do. Like, they will throw bills into the ring as a thank you to the wrestlers if they put on a great match. Especially the smaller promotions. Yeah, absolutely. It is a tradition. Oh, God. Abrahantes just keep getting beat up. Uh-oh. Jesus, here we go. Commander just going ape shit. I love it. But yeah, it would be an interesting story to get into about the history of that. Airplane spin, Blue Thunder Bomb into the walking shooting star press. 1, 2, 3. That is a hell of a match. And a hell of a way to finish off the night here. And you can tell they are really trying to push through this. But I'm looking at this card coming up for Wednesday, and oh my God, we are gonna have some fun. They literally just boom, God. That was hilarious. It's almost like live TV. Give them an opening on Dynamite. Yeah, like that main event there. Like, this is why AEW is so much fun to watch, is because literally any match that you get could totally turn into a classic. And this is just a pure example of that. Like, this was a 1 hour show. They didn't have the same name power that they did yesterday. Like, yesterday they had Powerhouse Hobbs, they had the Callis family. You got Adam Cole, Daniel Garcia right off the bat. You had a very solid show with a bunch of names on Saturday. Sunday, you didn't have that privilege of having the names involved. And I think tonight, in many ways, this might have been the better show of the two. Just because of the action we saw in the trios title match, the action we saw here during the main event, which, let's face it, that match, if you want to get a crowd going, and Zodiac, you nailed it right on the head, give them the opening match at Dynamite, give them the opening match at a pay-per-view. Could you imagine if they had like a juniors tag titles, and these were the four wrestlers that were vying for it? Like, if you could get rid of the trios titles and put in a junior tag titles, I'd be more than fine with that. Because you put this team together, you put Top Flight in there, you could put the Bowser Brothers in there, you could put Private Party in there, and just work on your tag division. You had such a great tag division before, you still do, but you don't book it like that. And that, let's face it, that's been the biggest problem we've always had, where the booking has always been a bit of an issue when it comes to stuff like that. But when you only have 4 hours to do stuff and you got to get certain things over, I guess Tony's priorities are a little different than all of ours, which can be good or a bad thing. But if you look at that card that's coming up on Wednesday, we got a little bit of insanity here. So I really do hope that you join me here on the Sidecast, both whether you're doing it on YouTube, whether you're doing it on Twitch. Coming up on Wednesday, we will be here once again with the simulcast. Next time I'm going to be online is tomorrow on Twitch, specifically with MLB The Show. And I'm going to wrap this up because on the East Coast, it is already Monday morning. So we're going to wrap this up here real quick here. Once again, everybody, thank you for being here. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Let you know every time we drop a video. If you're here on Twitch, follow. Make sure you hit the follow button to know every time we go live. And if you really enjoyed what you saw, please consider hitting the subscribe button. All the money that gets raised throughout the stream goes towards improving the stream and improving the performance for all of you. But once again, let's get the outro music going here. It's not too often we get the outro music for both YouTube and Twitch here, so usually we're cutting off YouTube early. But enough about that. Thank you all for being here. Truly do appreciate all of you. We will see you here next week. Oh my God, that is loud! Let me fix that up here. Oh yeah, that's fine. It'll be better next time. Either way. Well, thank you for being here, everybody. Truly appreciate you. Always remember, be part of the solution, don't be part of the problem. And we'll see y'all here next time on the Mike Drove Twitch channel. Take care, everybody. And the Backwards Video channel. Damn it, I keep forgetting we're on simulcast. See you in a bit, folks.